Welcome to our health opportunity. I'm so excited for you all to be here and just hear a little bit more about this. I know somebody probably personally invited you, and so they will appreciate that you are here as well. And we call this a health opportunity because that's what it is. Every day that we get to level up our health or we get to learn more about how to help our bodies thrive, how to help our bodies to really perform at an optimal level is such a blessing. And our bodies are designed to do that when we give them the right environment. So, with that, I'm going to jump in because I like to leave a little time at the end for questions. I'm going to share my screen and share with you what we offer here. Okay. So, our company is called Purium. That stands for pure and premium. And I say that very proudly. I actually was a part of another social sharing company for many, many years. And part of that is because I have always had a passion for health. I'm a therapist by trade. And so I just trust that the brain and the gut work in syncly together. The body heals as one unit. And so for those 5 years that I shared from another health and wellness company, I was talking a lot about gut health. I was talking a lot about how the gut provides our serotonin and supports our immune system. And I loved sharing for that company because it really gave me an in depth look at gut health, even more than I got as a therapist with all of my training. But the difference in that company and what we do here is we are 100% organic. Our superfoods, because they are foods, not supplements, they are grown in regenerative soil. And we have actually been around for 28 years. So with my other company, we were isolated, and what that means is that our products, our supplements, were made in a lab, and lab made supplements are actually very, very hard on the body because the body doesn't know how to utilize them. So it overworks your liver, and your body is really always trying to figure out what is this that you're giving me. I know it's something, and I think it's wanting to do something, but I don't actually recognize it. And so what happens is our body has to figure out a way to eliminate it. And so I was sharing about this company or with my other company for those 5 years when I met Jennifer, who's on this call. And Jennifer was actually really struggling in her health a lot. She had autoimmune, unexplained infertility, and her daily life was so impaired. Couldn't go for walks, couldn't work out, was in pain a lot. And she's a wedding planner. So a lot of that is being on your feet. And one day I saw her sharing on her social media, and I was captivated because I'd just seen her about a week prior in pain, miserable. And a week later, I see her and she's glowing and she's smiling and she's laughing. And what caught my attention is she was using words like organic and regenerative and bind ripened. And I was like, whatever you're sharing about, that's not what I'm doing. And I'm captivated by the marked change that I see in you. And so I reached out to her and I said, I want to know more about what you're doing because I can tell whatever it is transforming your health. And so at that time is when I learned about soil health. And our soil health greatly impacts the quality of our food. Most all of our soil right now is filled with glyphosate, which is a chemical pesticide. It's a neurotoxin. And we only really have about 50, maybe 60 years of good soil health left because of the widespread of glyphosate use. And so the owner of our company 27 years ago saw that we were headed in this direction. He saw the need and he began this company known as Purium. And we are a farm to family manufacturer. We have the highest quality superfoods, and all of our foods are live. They are vine ripened and they're wind dried, sprouted. Wind dried means they're not heated, because when you heat something, you lose so much of the nutritional value. And also, we use proper crop rotation, so no fast farming practices here. And this is important because the reason we actually have organic, the USDA organic seal, is because of the owner of our company. He advocated that we needed a way to differentiate between farming practices that were fast farmed, that were, cutting corners, and farms that were using regenerative farming practices, so that consumers could be advocates for their own health, so that they could choose accordingly. And so that is where the USDA organic seal that we have now came from. So our promise to purity and potency is important to us, because with every company, purity means something different. For us, we have an in-house microbiologist that runs every single ingredient through 5 tiers of quarantine. And everything that we have is third-party tested. And so purity for us is no heavy metals, no GMOs, which is genetically modified, no pesticides, herbicides, biocides, no binders, no fillers, no colors, no preservatives, no additives. Purium is beyond USDA organic, which is incredible. So a little bit about our 4 main products. So this is kind of the foundation of Purium. We feel like this is a great place for everybody. We're a family of 6, so I have 4 kids, and then my husband, and everybody in our home, from my husband down to our 5-year-old, uses our product. So they're 100% safe for children. We say from the womb to the tomb. Everybody can use these because they are food. So the first superfood that I want to talk about is called Super Aminos 23. Super Aminos 23 can actually be found in the physician's desk reference. It was originally designed for people who were on bed rest, people who couldn't get around, to keep their muscles strong and healthy. And so this is your vegan plant-based protein. It is bioavailable in the body in 23 minutes. So your body actually absorbs and starts to utilize it. And this is what our bodies actually need to rebuild and to repair, and for joint, muscle, and connective tissue. So I love to work out. I actually take 10 to 15 of these a day. 5 Super Amino 23 is equivalent to about 30 grams of protein. And this is really important for people that talk a lot about, I'm getting a lot of protein, but I don't feel like I see my body changing, or am I getting enough protein, or where should my protein sources come from? We're kind of a protein driven society, but protein, the way that we know it, usually comes from animal protein. And our bodies can't actually absorb all of that at one time. So if we were to have, a big breakfast with protein, and then lunch, and then dinner, so 3 times a day that we're getting animal protein, our bodies can only absorb about 11 to 36 grams of protein at one time. That's it. The rest of it is discarded. And so that is where we get into overworking our intestines and overworking our liver. And that's where we get into stagnating our digestive system, because we're taking in more than our bodies can actually break down. So the Super Amino 23 is pre-digested, and your body can absorb it very quickly, and it's healthy. And it's building up those muscles and those connective tissues. So people that have surgeries, people that have muscle weaknesses, people that have previously been injured, this is great for them, because it is helping their cells to regenerate. And your tissue is only as healthy as your cells. So this is getting through to the cellular level. The next superfood is called the Power Shake. And this is 96% of your micronutrients that you need in a day. And on the back, what you would find on the label is organic fruits and vegetables. That's it. So this is the equivalent to about 4 superfood salads. It's very alkalizing. It's very nourishing. Some people will use it as a meal replacement because it's food. And so it's about 180 calories of all organic fruits and veggies and very satiating. The third component is kind of the heart of Purium. It's called Biomedic. And so Biomedic is a prebiotic and a probiotic. It is the only prebiotic and probiotic on the market that is scientifically and clinically proven to remove glyphosate from the body. I mentioned glyphosate earlier because it's in everything. So we started spraying glyphosate on our crops in 1980. So in my lifetime, I have not known produce without glyphosate being sprayed on it. I was born in 1981 and it's become more widespread. We keep changing the name of it, but it's the main ingredient in Roundup. And so it gets into the soil and then gets into the plant. And then when we take in the plant or the fruit or the vegetable or whatever food that we're eating, we are ingesting that in very, very large amounts. And so it's what is responsible for a lot of the dis-ease that we're seeing with so many people. It's what's responsible for the high rates of illness that we're seeing, especially in children. And it also damages your gut microbiome, which is central to your health. And so this prebiotic and probiotic helps to repair the gut. And the study that they did shows that when taken consistently, just one, when taken consistently over a 7-week period, removes 70% of glyphosate from the body. And that's huge because you can't wash glyphosate off of your food. It's water soluble. So it has to be detoxed out of the body. But it also helps to remove other parasites and pathogens from the body so that your gut microbiome can be strong and healthy for you. And then the fourth component is called Apothecary. This is an organic cherry tart juice that's grown in regenerative soils. It helps with decreasing kidney. So your kidneys have to filter, meaning that when you urinate, things should come out in your urine. So it's not about the color of your urine. It is about if your body is eliminating through that pathway. And so Apothecary helps with kidney filtration. It helps with natural melatonin production. So you're getting into deep sleep. And we say in regenerative health that if you take it, your body won't make it. So we actually encourage people not to take melatonin because it sends the signal to the brain that the body doesn't need to make more of it because you're taking it in. So the Apothecary is going to help with natural production of that. It also, combined with the Super Aminos 23, helps with natural collagen production. So tightening of the skin, helping with glowing skin and just the body repairing, because after 21, the age of 21, our body doesn't do that as quickly anymore. And then it also helps with gout and uric acid and just keeping those upset tummy symptoms down. So that's kind of the core, the foundation of our Purium line. We have over 100 superfoods, everything from children's health all the way up, but this is the main component. So our products, what I encourage people to start with, what I started with, what Jennifer, who opened up this call, started with, is called our Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And so what this is, it is the 4 main products that I just covered with you, but instead of doing them once a day, you do them twice a day for what we call a full transformation experience. So you would do 2 power shakes a day. You would do 4 to 6 Biomedic a day. You would do 10 Super 23 Aminos, and then the Apothecary juice. But with this Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, something that we've added is called the Super Cleanse R. So the Super Cleanse R is a gentle parasite and colon cleanse. If you're breathing, it is highly likely that you have parasites. If you've eaten meat, if you've gone camping, parasites get in everything. And so our body has to detox from parasites because parasites create those cravings that you have. They create a lot of irritability, inflammation, and they really produce an environment that's friendly for candida and for dis-ease to make your your body its home, really, if you don't detox from those. And so we recommend that people do that at least once or twice a year. And so it's a very gentle cleanse. And so when people hear that, usually they think, am I going to be in the bathroom all day? Or is that going to upset my stomach? This is a proprietary herbal blend that has been carefully crafted. And so I find that most people do just fine. But it's really essential to do that just to reset your body. And it helps with a more balanced mood. And really, it helps for your body to be able to intuitively decide what it needs. When parasites are at work, the body really doesn't always know what it needs because it's listening to the parasites. So that craving for chips at 12, I just want chocolate right now. I was just thinking about that dessert I have last week. A lot of that is parasites talking in the body because they communicate to the brain so that they can be fed, because that's how they survive. And so when you detox parasites out, you really take control over your body again. And then your gut and your brain are communicating in syncly without the distraction of the parasites. And then the other packet, this is my favorite. I love to work out, and I have a competitive cheerleader and baseball player in the house. And what is marketed for most athletes are your famous Gatorades, Powerades, and energy drinks. And so with this ULT Plus Performance package, you get to cleanse, you get to deeply nourish, you get to reset and transform your health, but then you are also adding in amazing superfoods to level up your athletic performance. It's not just for athletes, but I find that athletes really love this packet. So with this, you're getting everything from the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, and you're getting a really nourishing pre-workout called Can't Beat This. And so what is in a lot of pre-workout drinks is a lot of isolated chemistry and a lot of caffeine. What is in our Can't Beat This is caffeic acid, which is very different from caffeine. Caffeic acid is a plant-based source of caffeine. So it's helping to get natural oxygen and energy to your cells, because your body functions and thrives when they're getting oxygen to the cells. And so this is a great replacement for people who like to drink coffee every day. It's great for people who just need like a boost later in the day, because really what you're doing is giving good oxygen and nourishment to your cells. So that's the Can't Beat This. The Cocoa Hydrate is a pineapple flavor, and it's great for replenishing the body, hydrating the body at the cellular level, and electrolytes. So sports drinks like Gatorade and Powerades and things like that actually dehydrate the body because it actually pulls electrolytes out. And so what you're getting is a lot of red and yellow and blue dyes and isolated chemistry or free radicals. The Cocoa Hydrate is just fruit. And so it's great for really giving deep hydration. Aloe Digest is amazing. It's great. It has fulvic and humic acid in it. So it's really good for gut health. And then Super Xanthan helps with removing free radicals from the body. And free radicals is simply when you're getting a lot of toxins and chemicals, which we're all exposed to every day, all the time. Like you really can't walk outside without breathing them in. And so the Super Xanthan helps with removing that from the body, but it also helps with eyesight. So I actually wear glasses. It's on my license that I am to wear my glasses when I'm driving. And I was taking the Super Xanthan to help to repair my muscles and to not be sore after I work out. But what I've noticed really after the first 4 months is that I didn't need my glasses anymore. And so when I went back for my annual test this year, my vision was different. And the only thing that had changed was my superfoods, but I was doing the Super Xanthan. And so I learned later that the Super Xanthan helped with eyesight. I didn't take it knowing that. So that was really, really cool. So that is our Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Plus Performance. Okay, a few more things about the superfoods that we offer, and then I'll open up for questions. So I mentioned that we have over 100 superfoods in our line, and we actually just added like 4 or 5 more. We added like a coffee, organic coffee line that's not on here, but we have amazing kid offerings. So our kids shake is called Epigenius Kids. And so with that, those 4 main products I mentioned earlier, all the components of those 4 main products are in the Epigenius Kid Shake. So they get it all in one serving in a creamy chocolate shake. So you're not having to give them capsules and mix up powders. You're just giving them one shake and then they get everything that they need. So that includes the Biometic, it includes the Apothecary, it includes the Super Aminos 23, and then it also has 96% of their daily nutrients that they need. So this is actually my kids' breakfast every day. Sometimes we pair that with a little bit of fruit. And then we also have something called Kids in Focus, which is great for just settling down their nervous system. So if you have kids that get really kind of worked up, if you have kids that have difficulty with focusing or staying on task, this is a great organic herbal supplement. I have tons of adults who take this as well. And as a therapist, I have found this to be a great alternative for parents who are really wanting to shift their kids away from some medications and put them more on natural options. This has been a great alternative for that. And so, yeah, that is the heart of our main products that I'll focus on tonight. And then the Daily Core 4 is just those main 4 products that I mentioned earlier. And you just take them once a day. And so, really, the point of this is to show that no matter where you are in your health, that we can curate really anything in our line to meet your individual needs, but also for you to know that there are options. And what we put into our bodies matters so much. And not all supplements out there are created equally. There's like a lot of money that is put into marketing and advertisement to get your dollar. Actually, last year, I think it was $38 billion went into the supplement industry. And so, what we are offering here is a chance for people to understand the difference between organic, regenerative superfoods versus isolated superfoods, and to have the knowledge that their bodies can regenerate, that their bodies can show up for them, that their bodies can perform well and accelerate, and all of those things when given the right environment. And we are a community of regenerative healers that work with you to meet you where you are. So I'll stop my share. Let me talk a little bit about our customer support. So whoever invited you to this call, they will personally coach you. But in addition to that, we offer 2 support calls a week. So you'll just get a Zoom link. You can attend that as many times as you need to walk through your process. And those calls are led by regenerative health practitioners and coaches. And so they're in rotation, but you can just hop on, ask your question, hop off. They're very informative and they're very casual. And then we offer a weekly Wellness Wednesday call every week at 12 noon Central Standard. This week's call was on macro and micronutrition. So we just talked a lot about what the body needs to really thrive. We have Facebook pages quarterly with group transformations. We're actually in one right now. It's not too late to join. It's called our Spring Cleanse. And so you would just be added to that community where we're offering tips and cleansing together. And then we also have an app called the Mighty Networks app to support your journey. And so with that, we have articles, we have questions that have previously been submitted that you can read through to kind of get some of your questions answered. So there's no lack of community, no lack of support. When you start with us, we really don't want to be here's your box, good luck to you on your journey, but we want to hold your hand and walk you through it. And so, we're very unique in that way. Okay, thanks for coming. I'm going to stop my share and then I would love to open up for any questions that you have.